Hello students, today we will study the first unit of Sales and Distribution Management. So first of all, let's understand what is sales management. Sales management is attainment of sales force goals in an effective and efficient manner through planning, staffing, training, leading and controlling. Or we can say sales management can be called as sales force management. Like sales management manages the personal selling part of marketing program of the company. If a company is running, so sales department plays a very important role because it includes salesmen, sales planning, budgeting, policy making, coordination of marketing research, advertising of the product, or sales promotion, or we can say merchandising and integration in the marketing program of all the business activities. Those contributes to increase the sales and the profits of the organization. So it is very important to understand the sales management because each and every organization is based upon the revenue of the organization, then only the organization is able to survive. So this is all about sales management. Now next is nature of sales management. First is goal oriented. Like as other management activities are there, so sales management also have a specific purpose, specific goal, and intended for the achievement of a specified goal or objective, because every organization has some goal or objective. For that all the sales team work and they achieve the goal. The next is continuous process. So sales manager has to perform continuously, and the sales function is a regular function, so it is a continuous process, it is a never ending process. Next is systematic approach. Basically sales management is an organized way of handling the sales function of the company, where every problem has a defined and proven solution. It is a systematic approach because it works through like planning, then staffing, then training, then leading, then controlling. So it's a systematic process and every problem has a solution. So sales force has to understand all these procedures so that they can have the smooth functioning of the organization. Next is relationship selling. The sales people make efforts to build a strong customer relationship to sell the products or services effectively, because it's a customer relationship is very important, because at the time of selling it is very important to have a cordial relation with your customer. So sales people has to put lots of effort to make good relations with the customer. Then next is marketing management integration. Marketing is a very broader concept, and marketing management includes all the activities related to sales management, because sales management comes under marketing management, and all the activities which comes in marketing comes under sales management also. Different sales or job position. It is a combined effort of the whole sales teams, including salespersons, like sales executives are there, sales heads are there, sales managers are there, and after sales service personals are also there. So there are n number of job positions in sales, because sales is not a one man thing. Like only one person cannot handle all the responsibilities related to sales, so there are n number of persons are required to recruit and train them. Then next is pervasive function. It is universally applicable concept which has been adopted and tested by every kind of business organization, whether the business is of like wholesale, retail, or any kind of business needs a sales team, needs a sales department, because every business wants to earn profit, and the growth of the organization is depend upon the profit only. So these all are the nature of sales management. Now next is scope of sales management. Scope of sales management are there, like sales management is applicable at so many departments like sales, planning or forecasting, managing distribution channel, then human resource planning. So sales management is everywhere. It is at the sales promotion, organization and support service, motivating sales personnel, determining sales territories, training and development of salespeople, compensation and remuneration of salespeople. So sales management is everywhere. Sales budgeting is there. Now next is scope of sales management can be categorized in following ways. There are 5 ways in which the scope of sales is categorized. So first is sales force. Sales management manages the various activities of the sales force and provides various techniques to the sales manager with which he is able to manage the activities of the sales force, because it is very important for the sales manager to understand the sales team. For that they need to understand the staffing, the sales force, they need to train the people, they need to motivate the people, they have to give the good compensation to the people, they have to lead their sales force, and they need to evaluate and control their sales team. So the scope of sales management is first is sales force, then second is intermediaries. Sales management is very important because it's a function that has its marketing intermediaries, like sales management also having lots of intermediaries, like distributors are there, dealers are there, then wholesalers are there, retailers are there, and clearing and forwarding agents are there. Clearing and forwarding agents are those, they are the link between the owners of the goods and the owners of the means of transport, because transportation plays a very important role in sales management. Then next is logistic and transportation. Sales management is only possible when it coordinates with logistical and transportation function, because whatever product is there with the company, they have to transport it somewhere. So for that, logistics and transportation facilities is very important. For the movement of raw material from the suppliers to the manufacturer, and finally the finished goods to the consumer. So for that there is a channel of transportation, like from company to warehouse, from warehouse to distributors, from C&F to distributor, from distributor to retailer, and from retailer to company. So for all these, transportation plays a very important role. Then next is promotion. Sales management develops the required skills in sales personnel, so they can coordinate their selling skills with the promotion activities that have been adopted for a particular product. Like for example, joining creative agency, starting a creative agency, promotional material manufacturing or supply, event management, day-to-day campaigning, managing promotional forces. These all will comes under promotion. Then next is space. Sales management helps in managing the product space in order to attract the attention of the customer. As a sales manager interacts with the customer with one basis, his skills can be used. So it is very important that product should be stored very systematically, and it is used for the commercial usage. Then retail outlets, promotional activities, these all will come under space. So here we define the scope of sales management in the following ways. Then next is objectives of sales management. First is obviously to increase profit, because every organization wants to earn profit. So to achieve profit, various expenses involved in maximizing the sales are tried to control, so that the role played by the each department in the organization is realized in terms of profit. So profit maximization is the ultimate objective of any organization. The next is maximization of sales. So to earn profit, it is very important to increase the sales. So it is one of the important goal of sales management, to maximize the sales as much as possible. So what they try to increase the sales up to the level of full capacity of manufacturing plant. So various factors are there which they need to understand. They need to understand demand of the product and services. They need to understand the major competitors and their market shares. They need to understand the substitution effects on that product, expected market share, level of production, and what all other equipments are required for the production process. So they need to understand all these things to maximize their sales. The next is to increase market share. Low prices are not always the key to increase market share, but when the market share is high, it enables the firm to set up their own price for the product. So if the firm want to make up their own prices, so for that they need to increase their market share. So it's the responsibility of sales management to raise their sales to a maximum level. Then only the sales will increase and automatically the profit will increase. To sell and distribute. The prime objective of sales organization is to sell and distribute the products of the firm. So for that what they do to provide the facility direct sales from the factory outlet, branch office, and company owned showrooms. They widen the distribution coverage to state to national level. They introduce various intermediaries like wholesalers, retailers, and all. They distribute the product and services to rural areas as well. So they do lots of things to sell and to distribute their products to the customer. Then next is to provide adequate returns to shareholders. So sales management is also responsible for providing the adequate returns to the shareholders who have invested their money in the company, because sales management can achieve this target by maintaining public relations, making a better image of the company. It is very important to improve the market share so that the shareholders also will get more profit which they have invested in the company. So these all are the objectives of sales management. Then next is functions of sales management. First is planning. So planning is very important for any objective to achieve. So planning can be defined as a process of deciding where it wants to be in the future and how to get there. So it is a organized procedure to decide the goals and objectives that organization want to achieve in future, and with the limited resources in order to achieve the objectives. Then next is staffing. A sales manager alone cannot achieve all these objectives. For that they need employees also, the personals also for the respective jobs and duties. So staffing includes hiring and maintaining the record of the staff, so that efficiently and effectively the work will move. The next is training. Sales training can be defined as the effort by the employer to provide the work culture, expertise, knowledge, and attitude to the salesperson to enhance their performance. So after recruiting them, training is also very important. Then only they will be able to understand the culture, expertise, knowledge, and attitude. Then only they will be able to enhance the performance of the organization. Then next is leading. Sales manager also act as a leader for the salesperson, because it is very important to be someone to be there who leads the team. So leading can be defined as the capability to influence the behavior of others so that the objectives of the organizations could be achieved. Then next is controlling. Planning, staffing, training, and leading cannot achieve any kind of success without effective controlling. So controlling is very important. Monitoring is very important of the performance of the salesperson personnel, their evaluation, the comparison, and then take corrective action if required. So these all are the functions of sales management. Then next is importance of sales management. Achieve broad organizational objective. So sales management always accomplishes the broad organizational objective. It helps in maximization of profit, growth in sales, and growth in business, and are the broad objectives that are achieved by the sales department by managing sales personnel, sales plans, preparing the sales budget, setting up the sales territories and quotas, etc. So it is the first importance of sales management to achieve the broader level organization objective. Then next is it always helps in decision making and formulate strategies. Sales management plays a very important decision making process because it provides the necessary information related to the market, related to the consumers, related to the sales potential, related to the competition level, and competitors strategies, and information about the consumer, their taste, their preferences. All these information we can gather through sales team, so they help a lot in making the decisions, helps to face competition. Sales management team always helps the top managers to formulate various competitive strategies to deal with in the competitive market. Then next is ensures customer service. It is the important for any organization to ensure that their customers are satisfied, because sales management facilitates various ways that help in satisfying the customers, like communicating with customer on regular basis, their need, their taste, their preference. Then only the customer will think about the company and they'll show their loyalty towards the company. Then next is promote goodwill of the institution. Sales management believes in maintaining good relations with the customer. So then only the image of the company will improve in the market and they'll be able to sell their product very easily in the market. Then manage sales personals. Since in current scenario buyers are the most powerful entities in the market, so it is very important for the sales management to manage the sales personnel so that they can win over the buyers. So sales management guides and motivates the sales personnel to persuade the customers to make a purchase. Then next is helps in managing sales force effectively. Sales management helps in maintaining the operation of sales force effectively. Sales management monitors the various aspects such as sizing the sales force, recruitment, their selection, their training, etc. Then next is useful in promoting foreign trade. So sales management broadens the scope of organization sales coverage. So it takes the sales up to the international level, which encourages foreign trade. So it always helps the organization to explore new market and achieve international standards also. Then next is creates employment opportunities. Of course, sales management converts the planning done by the marketing management, which requires sufficient number of sales personnel. So sales management always create opportunities for employment. Then next is helps in controlling selling expenses. Sales management controls the unnecessary expenses on various activities. So it ensures better utilization of fixed selling expenses, which helps to increase the efficiency of the organization. So these all are the importance of sales management. Then next is challenges in sales management. First challenge is high pressure. Obviously, the job of sales management is quite stressful. Sales manager deals with lots of stress as they are ultimately responsible for each and every activity in the department. Sales manager handle the daily challenges like planning, training, motivating sales force, handling targets, achievements. These all are the responsibility of a sales manager. So it's a very stressful job. Then next is training and development. Sales managers utmost important task is to train his sales force effectively, because training is very important, because when sales personnels go in the market, so it is very important for them to get the proper training and they should know each and everything about the product. So for that their training and development is very important and it is a continuous process. Sometimes for the sales manager to train the sales manager through professional training programs, which incurs a huge cost, but in addition to this it always finds the appropriate training program for the sales personnel is also a challenging job. Then next is longer sales cycle. Dealing with longer sales cycle is one of the greatest challenge. It means that sometimes what happens, the customers looks promising and they communicate with the seller, but due to some reason the deal takes time to close, which is quite frustrating. So the longer sales cycles also decrease the morale of the sales team, and it also affects the revenue of the organization. The next is failure in closing the sales. Sometimes sales managers generally face the failure in closing the sales, because it becomes a big challenge if the sales department keeps losing the promising prospects. The next is complex and demanding. The responsibility of sales manager are different from that of sales executive, because sales manager job is quite complex and demanding in nature, while the focus of sales personnel is on individual performance. So sales personnel will look after only on his performance, but the sales manager will have to look after the team's performance. So it is like sometimes very complex and demanding. Then next is problems in competitive differentiation. Formulating strategies and develop new products do not always help in achieving competitive advantage. An innovative approach in selling and marketing helps to win the competition in market. So it is very challenging for the sales manager to manage and implement the innovative approaches. So these all are the challenges that faced by the sales manager. Now next is selling process. So personal selling or selling process is a very systematic process through which the salesperson closes a sale. So it's always start with identifying the prospect, approaching them, then presenting the product to them, then handling their objections, then closing the sales, and finally ends with the follow up with the customer. So this is the process of selling. So let's understand this one by one. So first is prospecting and qualifying. Prospecting for customer it is concerned with the identification of potential customer. First of all, it is very important to identify the potential customer. Potential customers are those who have the need to buy the product, who have the purchasing power also, and are willing to pay. They are the prospecting customers. So in this step, the salesperson makes a list of prospective customer and identify their needs, their taste, their preference. So sales manager use many internal and external sources for collecting the information. Then only they sell the product. So this is the prospecting and qualifying the customer. Then next is the pre-approach. So pre-approach, in this step sales personnel collect the information regarding the prospect customer, like their likes, dislikes, their economic status. So for example, if the prospect is a company, sometimes it happens this prospect is a company, then he should know what type of company, what is the need of the company, and who takes purchase decision, and who are its buyer. So this information can be used for preparing the sales personnel to prepare a plan for their visit and presentation of the to the prospect. For example, if someone is going to sell the prepaid or postpaid connection in a company, so it is very important to know the prospect first. Then next is approach to the customer. So the salesperson should be properly dressed up at the time of approaching the customer. And when the salesperson meet the prospect face to face, it is called approaching to the customer. Without meeting personally, it is difficult to persuade the customer to make the purchase, which in terms makes it hard to convert the prospect into a customer. So it is very important to meet the customer, to approach the customer, and when the salesperson is going to meet, he should dress properly, he should have a positive attitude, then only the deal will close. Then next is the presentation. Sales presentation is very important because salesperson presents the product in front of the prospect and always demonstrate its feature and potential benefits. So it is at this stage it is very important to be careful to inform the customer about the plans, about the product quality and all. So sales presentation is very important to sell a product. The next is handling objections or handling customer objections. So objections are the queries and doubts of the customer about the product. Sometimes sales personals misinterprets the objectives to be the refusal of the offering, but actually customer acts as an additional information. So it is very important for the sales personnel to handle the queries of the customer. If the customer because of some money and all doesn't want to purchase that product, so the sales personnel should show them the other choices also are there and all. So they should handle the queries very smartly. Then next is closing the sales. At this stage, the actual sale is realized. It is the outcome of all the efforts put into the preparation, prospecting, approaching and presenting. So if the customer is ready to place an order, but the customer is hesitating for some reason, so then the salesperson can say that the price of the product is going to be rise from next week, so that the deal could close. Then next is follow-up. Follow-up is very important. Most of the salesperson, what they do, they don't follow up their customers, but it is very important thing to complete the sales process, because many companies use standard follow-up surveys for obtaining customer feedback regarding the salesperson or the product. Some companies prefer online email surveys also. For example, we can take the example of Ola, Uber. When you travel in Ola and Uber and you pay the amount, then one message or one notification comes to you regarding the drive, regarding the driver, regarding rating on and all. So these all are the follow-up action. So this is the process of selling. Now next is prospecting for customers. This is the another topic, but it is the first step of selling process. So as we know that it is concerned with the identification of potential customer. Potential customer are those who have a need, have purchasing power and willing to pay. So there is a process of prospecting the customer. First is defining the potential customers. So first of all, it is very important to define the customer. Who is the customer? Is customer is having the need, purchasing power and are willing to pay and are available to the seller are called potential customer. The next is searching the prospective customer. So there are various sources of information regarding the prospect. It involves directories, business magazines, credit reports, trade papers, list of members. So there are n number of ways through which the prospective customers could be find out. The next is determining customer need and qualifying prospects. As soon as the information regarding the prospect is gathered and the prospect is there, so it become very easy to understand the need of the customer. So what all are the needs of the customer? The customer who have the requirement for the company's product are considered, and customer who have less requirement for the product sold are removed from the list of the product prospect unless they seem profitable. The next is relating company products to customer need. The last and the final step of prospecting is planning for approaching the prospect. So after gathering the relevant knowledge, salesperson prepare themselves to present before the customer. While preparing the sales poster, they focus on the point of objection so that they can handle it effectively. Because when the salesperson will go to the customer, he has to handle the queries also. So they need to prepare themselves for the queries. Then next is modes of sales presentation. Salesperson present the product in front of prospect and demonstrates its features and potential benefit. This is called sales presentation. So there are 4 types of sales presentation, or we can say modes of sales presentation. First is canned presentation, second is planned presentation, third is audio visual presentation, and fourth is problem solving presentation. So canned presentation, these presentations have a defined order in which they should be carried out. These presentations are very systematic. No one can change these presentation because it is formed by the company's personals, and no one can change, no one has rights to change the presentation. It always suits for the selling, like door to door selling or pharmaceutical selling. So these presentations are analyzed and finalized very carefully, and there is a less involvement of prospects in the presentation. Then next is planned presentation. Planned presentation are pre-planned and organized presentation, but it is not like canned presentation. Here salesperson use their own words, own language according to the region to give the personal touch. So the training department gives a format to the salesperson in which he fills the explanation in their own words. Next is audio visual presentation. This kind of presentation allow the salesperson to use their audio video aids like graphs, charts, videos in the presentation. So the salesperson used to make presentation better. These presentations are suitable for advertising industry, IT industry. For them they are very much suitable. Then next is problem solving presentation. This presentation is carried out in 2 steps. First is the salesperson tries to acquire information regarding the customer need and requirement, and second is he proposes an offer accordingly. So this method is suitable for insurance industry, for the companies in which the customized product and services are offered. So these are called problem solving presentation. So these all are the 4 type of sales presentation. Then next is recruitment and selecting of salesperson, because without the manpower, without the recruitment, sales process is incomplete. So the recruitment of salesman is very important, not in the formation of new sales force, but also in the successful operation of an established organization. So recruitment and selection are 2 more important decisions in sales force management that concern with ensuring the right type of the person with right qualities, right qualification and right experience of salesperson. So recruitment means searching for prospective candidate and inspiring them to apply for the post. There are various sources of recruiting sales personnel like advertising, other firms, middleman, personal recommendation of existing staff, special recruitment agencies are there, then private training institutes are there, colleges, academic institutions. There are a number of modes through which recruitment process can be done. The next is process of recruiting sales force. First is identify the sources of recruiting sales force. For identifying or locating the prospecting candidate, companies use internal and external sources. Internal recruitment comes from inside the company, like the people who already are working. So they give the first preference to them to apply for the position. And second is external recruitment. This the company done on the base, and it's a very expensive method, but here the choices are more, so the sales executive can be attracted and recruited. Then next is evaluation of recruiting sources. After identifying the sources, recruiting sales people, companies select those sources that are effective based on the past database. So here performance rating of the sales force, then percentage retained, then cost of recruiting are important. Then next is contacting candidates through selected sources. Once the source is selected, contacting the candidate is a normal practice of implementation which is done by human resource department. So after the candidates are recruited from different sources, they go through a selection process. Then next is selection. Selection means selecting the fixed number of suitable candidate from those who applied for the post. So selection process starts when the recruitment process ends. At times when recruitment process ends, selection process starts. So for the selection process, there are various steps, like first of all, receiving application is there, then screening of the application, then preliminary round, then written test, then final interview, then medical exam is there, then final selection, then appointment of the employee, and then induction program is there. So these all are the steps of the selection process. Now the next topic is sales meeting. A sales meeting is also known as sales conference. It's a gathering in which product or service is being discussed and the benefits are outlined to the potential buyer. Sales meeting is not always a presentation format. It is sometimes informal conversation, phone calls or online interaction also. Sales meeting is designed to sell the product, to build the relationship, to identify the needs and outline the benefits of the product. Then types of sales meeting: national sales meeting, regional sales meeting, local sales meeting, closed circuit television sales meeting by telephone. National sales meeting, like it is a centralized kind of meeting. The cost of these kind of meeting are very high, and if sometimes some changes in the marketing strategy, sales policies are there, so these type of meetings are arranged to explain all the employees. Then regional meeting is for the regional people. These meetings are not like national. So each regional meeting may have a program designed to emphasize unique problem of that particular region only. Then next is local sales meeting. Local sales meeting are conducted weekly by district sales manager and last from 15 minutes to several hours. So local sales meeting are occasions for salesperson to get together, become better acquainted and strengthens the group identity. Then closed circuit television. Closed circuit television enables a company to hold several sales meetings simultaneously. Like there is one program which is live is going on. So everybody is able to see the that program, and everybody is able to understand the product and their features and all. So it is a better way to have the meeting and to understand the product. Then next is sales meeting by telephone. Telephone conference calls are used for small group meeting and discussions. Then next is sales meeting by telephone. Done. So these all are the types of sales meeting. Then next is advantages of sales meeting. First is communicating. Sales meeting helps in communicating the sales policies. Then next is discussing their sales related problems. Sales meeting always helps the salesperson in discussing their sales related problems with their higher authorities. Then knowledge of participants. Sales meeting always increase the knowledge of participants as they learn by mutual exchange of ideas and opinions and viewpoints. Then promote team spirit. Sales meeting always promote team spirit, group cooperation, mutual understanding and all. Then promote team morale. These meetings always promote team morale. of sales personnel, as the sales personnel feel important, pride, respect and honor in attending the meeting. They always feel that the organization is cares for them. Then next is good results are honored. In such a meeting, the sales men who have shown their good results, they always get honored. It inspires other salesmen also to achieve the higher level of performance. Uniformity in selling efforts. Such meetings bring uniformity in selling efforts of different salesmen and sales executives. Then next is goodwill. National level sales meeting get the coverage in media also, so it always increase the goodwill of the organization. So this is all about the introduction, or we can say the unit 1 of sales management. So here we end with the unit 1. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe. Okay, thank you.